Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be giving you 6 beginner DJ tips in less than 6 minutes. Now remember, if you are new and you'd love to learn how to DJ professionally in less than 1 week, go and check out my website, beginnerdjlessons.com, where I've currently got some free training. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So this section here is called the Crossfader. The Crossfader works that when you put it over to the left hand side, it turns up the volume of track A and down of the volume of track B. And as you move it back, it slowly does the opposite. However, because of the lack of control of the two volume knobs, most professional DJs would never use this function to blend from track A to track B. So if you are brand new to DJing, avoid using the crossfader and start using your volume faders instead. Okay, so now we've disqualified the crossfader, I want to give you one of my top tips when it comes to the volume faders here. The mistake that most beginner DJs make is when they're bringing in the track that they're currently bringing in, they'll bring it to about 50% and then start bringing away the volume of the track that's currently playing. But what you have here is a moment where both tracks are playing at a lower volume, which will draw attention to you as a DJ because the audience will be aware that the volume is low. And as a DJ, you almost want to be invisible. Now, a way to avoid this is to remember the 80% rule. When you're bringing in a track, bring it to about 80% before you even think about taking away the track that's currently playing. Then when you begin to take it away, only bring it to about that 80-90%, switch the track that you're bringing into the top, and then take away this volume. What this will avoid is a moment where both tracks are playing at a low volume, and it will seem to your audience that both tracks were playing at full volume the entire time. This is a really important tip when blending your tracks. The next tip I want to give you is that your jog wheels actually have two functions. The first function is if you touch the top of your jog wheel, it will stop the track and you can do a hard fast forward or rewind like this. However, what happens when you're blending two tracks together and one of them begins to slowly go out of time? How would you just nudge this track forward? The answer is by just touching the outside of your jog wheel and not touching the top of your jog wheel. By nudging this forward or back, it will just nudge the track forward or back slightly without stopping it. It means you can fast forward or slow down the track while the track is playing. It's almost unnoticeable, but it does make a change. And this will allow you to nudge two tracks so they're perfectly aligned. This is a really awesome tip. The next tip I want to give you allows you to build tension in tracks that are currently playing. Now, in all tracks, there's usually a dancey part of the track, or the drop. The drop is basically the moment just after all the bass has been taken away, that all the bass is brought back into the track with the kick drum and the bass hitting really hard. This is the thing that brings the energy of the track and makes the dance floor move. Now you can emphasize this by filtering up on the track that's currently building to take away even more bass because you're filtering out the bass. And remember, at the last moment, you've got to make sure you turn it back before that drop hits. Now my top tip here is never go past about 2 o'clock, okay? Let me give you an example of this. Okay guys, so tip number 5 is when you first start learning to beat match, make sure you pick two tracks that are the exact same BPM and the exact same key. This will make it so much easier for you to learn how to match one track to the other. And my top tip for you is this: if you're doing your first couple of beat matches, use the exact same song and make sure you have a song that has a strong drum beat at the beginning and a strong drum beat right at the end. This will allow you to match the intro of the one track and the outro of the other track really easily without having to worry about changing the BPM or finding another track that's in the same key. Let me give you a super quick example of that right now. final tip I want to give you is that song selection is key. This is by far the most critical bit of advice I could possibly give you. If you're going out there to do a wedding or a house party, or you're just putting a DJ set together to impress your friends, they will be so much more impressed if you're playing awesome music that they like listening to than doing some fancy transition between two tracks they've never heard of before. This is the reality, guys. So if you are going out there to do a wedding or a house party, make sure you sit down with the person whose party it is and work out a really awesome playlist of amazing music that they're going to want to be able to dance to at their event. Or even ask around to people who are going to this event and ask them what kind of music they'd love to be able to dance to, and put together an awesome playlist. Once you've got that awesome playlist, don't overthink the transitions. Just watch your audience, see what kind of songs they're reacting well to, and play more songs like that. Remember, your job as a DJ is to make sure that everybody in front of you is dancing, and actually, most of the time, you want to just be invisible as a DJ, doing really subtle blends from one track to another, and not drawing too much attention to yourself. And by playing awesome music, this is one way to assure that the people in front of you are going to think you're an amazing DJ. Guys, I really hope these tips have helped you. If they have, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel where I regularly put out videos to help beginner DJs. Why not leave a comment below and leave some other tips that might help other new DJs out, things you wish you knew when you had started. And finally, if you are really interested in learning how to put together a pro DJ set every single time, but you want to get there really quickly, why not check out my course at beginnerdjlessons.com, where I've currently got some free training and I can teach you how to put together amazing DJ sets using any type of music at any event out there. So if you're looking for a fast track, that's the place you want to go to. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.